Welcome to the Kirkpatrick Podcast, bridging traditions and trends in learning and performance evaluation. Whether you're a seasoned learning professional or just starting out, join us as we dive into the Kirkpatrick model like never before. Through stories and insights, we are fusing time-honored methods with cutting-edge innovations to help you navigate the ever-evolving world of learning and performance evaluation. Hi, Jim. How are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Are you? I am ready for 2024.
Are you?
I am happy 2023 is over. It was a great year because I was able to join the Kirkpatrick team. But I am so looking forward to where we are going and the future ahead. It is bright. So I want to know more today from you. How was your 2023?
What a transition time for me. I just feel so energized with you and your team to have you come in and be part of this, bold, but at the same time sensitive about what's going on. And I know one of your early meetings was Kirkpatrick 3.0. I thought, oh boy, what's that? It was great to hear the vision for all the things that in the past we wanted to do, but just didn't have the wherewithal to do. And now with your team members and the technology and the vision, I'm really excited where we're going. And I really mean that.
Oh, thank you so much. So I need to know a little bit about you. Are you a New Year's resolution person?
I am not. I was a good New Year's resolution person for about 10 years in a row. I was a New Year's resolution. Get that? I made resolutions of what I was going to do. And then about February, I tried to remember, well, what was that I was going to do this year? And whether it was fitness or new relationships or advancing my career somehow, or being a nicer guy, whatever it was, nothing really stuck. Just telling you, I'm probably not the only one in the house like that, but I just didn't set up anything that would continue what it was that I resolved to do.
It sounds like you needed some more support in like the level 3, maybe, in order to get to that level 4 resolution.
I had good intentions, and I'm a good guy, but it wasn't enough to carry me because I'm also human, and I tend to do what most of us do, and that's to kind of go back to what's familiar and what's comfortable. And when I would hit something, either physical pain of working out or not eating what I wanted to eat, or doing something that was new, a lot of times I would just kind of fall back without even realizing. It wasn't even always a decision. I just kind of slid back, and then about middle of March, I'm thinking, oh well, better luck next year. But you're right. I've gotten a little wiser about that.
Yeah. I'm not a New Year's resolution person. I'm a vision board person, and I am a word or theme of the year type person, where I kind of have a direction. Maybe this is my level 4, right? I have a direction in which I want to go. And that's my North Star for the year. I will even go so far as to print pictures and have like my vision board in front of me. And that I found to have been helpful with some of the accountability, in a sense, but I've also learned to let it be loose and let the year kind of play out as it will, because things different things will happen and different choices will get made because of whatever the situation may be. Although I do find it interesting that even maybe years later, some of my resolutions from years prior actually come to fruition. So for example, I've always wanted to work in like the government and military space. Like when I first started in career training, I first started working for myself. And then it just didn't really do that sort of work until all of a sudden here I am with Kirkpatrick, and it's so much government and military customers that
Yeah.
we get to work with, so many conversations with so many wonderful folks that I'm like, I wasn't even really thinking about it. I wasn't trying towards it this year. It just so happened that way. So I think that's an important part to also remember when you think about level 4 or resolutions is it's not going to be an overnight change, and all of a sudden it'll happen, and you sometimes you don't even realize that it happened until you kind of go back and you're like, oh wait, that was on my vision board. That's what we were looking to achieve with that initiative.
I think there are forces, people have different names for them in the
Hmm.
operating in our world that
Yeah.
remember that, and
Hmm.
whether it's our subconscious or whatever, that remember this is the kind of person I want to be, or this is who I think I am. And then we may forget about it, but I think there's a way of those opportunities coming to us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So when I think about 2024 and kind of what are some things that I am looking forward to,
Oh,
um, I've got a laundry list, but I don't want to guide us down any path. So I want to hear from you first, because I'm going to put you in the hot seat first. What are you looking forward to when it comes to Kirkpatrick in 2024?
I enjoy being in a hot seat. I really do. I just it
Like it.
challenges me, and I've usually got something underneath it. Unless you turn up the heat on me, Vanessa, I might not
Never know.
ever think of it.
You
So
never
you're
know.
good at that, by the way, which is good.
It's the Latina in me.
One of the things is I want to be more of an influence. I
Mm,
think that I don't share a lot about my life. I did, in a couple previous podcasts, but I want to be more an influence by sharing the stories of the likes of you. You
mhm.
people that have these stories that nobody maybe knows, but I do know, and I keep track. I got a list. I got a list right here of some of those stories that I want to share, and then let you take the bow and multiply the efforts of the things that I've seen and the things that I've learned. So I want to be more of a positive influence and a beacon of hope. And to be honest, I don't deserve a medal for this. I am usually a positive person. I've had a good life. I have a lot of courage. I have a lot of hope in my spirit. And I have enough to share that with those of you who don't, in the
Mhm.
meantime, to help get you started to where you're at a point where you're confident and strong and caring, and you have, plenty to offer to others.
Oh, I'm so happy that you said that, because s- one of the things that, before I even get to what we're looking forward to, when I think back to what I learned, throughout the process of coming into KP and
Mm-hmm.
my onboarding time, one thing was very clear to me, and that was the community and how strong it was, and they were just yearning for a
Yeah.
place to go to and have conversation with each other and support each other, to be that champion for each other when it comes to learning and performance and evaluation. And so I think that your what it is that you're looking for, right, to be able to amplify other stories
Right.
and share, will
Right.
be able to be done through this podcast, and as well as our community that we're building online,
Yeah.
through our tools and resources that we have, to be able to have that place to go to and get that support, get that accountability, and receive and share and learn from each other and uplift others as well. And maybe get some of that from Jim or Vanessa or Wendy. Who knows?
Right. And you have a lot of very gifted people and very skilled in some of those areas that we
Mhm.
never had before, or tried to outsource them. That didn't always work out very well. But you, I never see the heart compromised, with
Mhm.
that, despite we've got new technologies to do this and that, and things that I never even really knew much about. But
Mhm.
you are the beacon, and I think I am, as well, of the heart,
Mhm.
is what is the secret sauce of all the improvements in the communities of practice and the toolkits and different things that we're going to be putting out to help you. And I'm just, it's a time in my life where I really am so appreciative of that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I'm so looking forward to the updated curriculum. It was such a great base that we had to start with, and it was really in a great shape. And now we're able to lift it and shift it, and be able to react and respond to feedback, and make changes and personalize the experience, which is really important for us. So being able to have the ability to, showcase the updated bronze program and showcase the updated silver and strategic evaluation planning certifications, that's going to be really great for this year. I am also quite excited to spend some time together in June at the very first in-person experience for Kirkpatrick. So I don't even think I told you, but I'm driving down to DC this week and gonna check out this space to start planning what everything is going to look like. And so it'll be a little bit different than I think y'all have experienced in the past, where it was, bronze and a silver in-person certification, but actually being able to have like a small we're calling it a conference, but not a conference, something more workshopy, something where people can actually come and come out with some work product and some plans of action. So I'm excited to be doing that together in June.
Well, go to it. I'm glad that, and I know some of the things that are going on, and I'm ready to help where I can with that.
Yeah, and we've got 70 years of the model. It's the platinum celebration of the Kirkpatrick model next year, in 2024. So we've got 1954 is when the model originally came out. And so we are just so excited to spend the year celebrating the platinum celebration for the Kirkpatrick model. I'm like, I literally cannot even tell you how humbled I am.
Try.
It is. So, as someone who, I didn't go to school for this, right? I went to school to be a lawyer. And then I fell into a love for developing programs and helping to provide education, just helping employees to be better, and be able to really enjoy where they are at work and feel like they belong because they understand their role. And so when I was self-teaching myself, right? So self-teaching the tools and adult learning theories, when it came to evaluation, the only thing I ever really heard of was the Kirkpatrick model. So I'm like, so that's pretty cool. Let's check it out. And so I learned about it and I started to really utilize it in how I was evaluating programs and creating some of the surveys and the focus groups that we needed to be able to do that. And so to now be able to say that I'm a part of that legacy of the brand and that I'm celebrating in 70 years, it is a surreal moment for me. And I'm not going to tear because I've got lashes on and I don't want to ruin the makeup today, but it is quite humbling to be part of such a legacy. So thank you to you and Wendy and your father for sharing that with me.
And we're going to be adding hundreds and thousands next year to that legacy, aren't we? It isn't just us propping ourselves up at the top of the mountain, but so many of you have stories and heart. And there are so many voices out there of different kinds of voices telling us we should do this and do that. And it may sound arrogant, but I think our voice is the one of truth when it comes to our industry, that we need to protect the training investment. We need to influence behavior. We need to win the verdict. And those that are saying, if we just make the training prettier and call it something different, well-meaning people, but it is just not going to get us there. So we're ready to just, with your help, just help explode a whole new industry 3.0.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so with that, we have actually at the time of this recording, it's not even published yet, but we've got the newest product out on the market, the Kirkpatrick Toolkit. Tell me more, Jim, about what the toolkit is and what it means to you.
Well, the first thing it means is that there are more offerings than we have been able to offer in the past. You need to go through a bronze, 2-day session or, 12 hours of training, and you get some ideas and tools and things. But we're thinking not everything fits for everybody. And we're going to have smaller programs and a variety of different ways of meeting your needs. And the toolkit is one that I'm really excited about because this isn't your standard survey of, are you happy? Are you going to recommend this? And here's another tool that shows you how to administer a knowledge test, and one more how to send out a 90-day survey. How's it going out there? These are going to be things that really gather truth, a variety of methods, not just the surveys and the tests. We're going to have ways for observation, focus groups and things in order to get a true picture of what's going on in the classroom, in the field, and you can do it. Just open it up. It doesn't even say some assembly required. It's all ready to go for you. And if that's what will be helpful, then we'll have that ready for you.
And then there's there's a lot of things I'm really excited about, but let me get to this one thing and surprise Jim Kirkpatrick on the podcast.
I'm ready.
I'm also super excited about. So I think that the education in the toolkits, that's like all in my comfort zone in my wheelhouse. And I was just telling someone actually yesterday, I'm like, I could, that part for me is my comfort zone. I am very excited about diving into the research and diving into insights and bringing research back to the Kirkpatricks and starting with a survey of learning and performance and evaluation and really figure out where are we as an industry and where are we in various industries when it comes to learning and performance and evaluation. So you got some work to do in 2024, Jim.
That's kind of scary for me. My research has been talking to people and finding out what works. I have a PhD from a lot of years ago, so I know how to do research. At least I did, 40 years ago. But this creeps me out a little bit, Vanessa, because I feel like I'm certainly not prepared. But that's all right. I'm ready to help where I can, and we vastly need this, from the Kirkpatrick point of view. I'm so excited to hear that.
Yeah. So keep an eye out. Make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and to the podcast and to all of the social media places. Because as soon as we have our surveys and some focus groups, because we're not going to release something and not have the true Kirkpatrick methodology in terms of collecting the data. So as soon as we have, more information about that, we will certainly be sharing it. But that is, for me, going to be challenging because I don't have a PhD. But you know what? Who knows? I might find a little bit of time and go after it.
A little bit of time.
If I can find like 5 minutes, we'll see if we can, apply and try it out. That's kind of how I ended up getting my master's. Like, let's just go get this thing. But anywho, so we're really I'm looking forward to doing that because it's definitely something out of my comfort zone and something that I think that the people have been looking for. But most importantly, I think doing this podcast with you has been so wonderful. And while we have such a great rapport and relationship, I'm excited to bring others onto the podcast. So with that, we will have a link available for you to click on to sign up if you'd be interested in being part of the Kirkpatrick podcast, showcasing more about your experience with evaluation and learning and performance, and sharing more about how maybe if you're certified, how you're utilizing your certification, and just your general stories about Kirkpatrick and how you've been utilizing it. So I'm looking forward to talking more with more of our community and uplifting their stories.
Great. And wait till you see some of the guests that we have waiting in the wings. I'm so excited about that.
Oh, yes. Well, Jim, thank you very much for being here today. Have a very happy 2024 and a happy new year. And fun fact, I got married on New Year's Eve. So I love this holiday. So I am very excited
Well,
for
it's
it.
a pleasure being with you, Vanessa.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.